Hey there, Coach Chris, head strength coach at Critical Bench. So I'm gonna go over today with the beautiful Michelle, the #1 mistake that people make with a hip mobility stretch that is very common. So Michelle's gonna get down onto one knee. So she's in a 90-90 position right now, okay? Which is, she's in perfect position right now for the stretch. And where people fail themselves with this very effective stretch is, they fail to do a few things. #1, they fail to realize that they need to have some hip drive in this down hip, this left side hip, right? So in order to do that, you have to fire your glute while you're in this position. So what Michelle's gonna do right now, she's gonna lock and squeeze this glute on the left side, and she's gonna really focus on driving her left hip forward, okay? At the same time, she's thinking about keeping her chest upright. And if she wants to intensify the stretch a bit more, she can go ahead and bring this left arm straight up overhead, turn the palm. So now she's thinking about a few things. She's thinking about moving her hips forward. She's thinking about locking and squeezing that glute to really initiate that muscle to force her thigh forward. And she's thinking about really keeping that upper body upright with really good posture, and even a little bit of lean back or even away to the right a little bit to intensify that stretch a bit more. So she's gonna feel that much more effectively, and it's gonna do what she's intending to do, which is to really stretch out the hip flexor on the left side. She'll hold that stretch for a good 20, even up to 30 seconds. You could do it multiple times, and you can just go from the left side to the right side and do a few sets. Hey, so if you found that tip to be helpful, I got something else great for you. I have a guide to Olympic lifting, which is gonna help bring your explosiveness and your power back to your hips, which is so important for all athletes. All you gotta do is click right here, and I can get your email and personally give you that report that's gonna really help you out. Thank you so much. Hey, what's going on? Coach Chris, head strength coach at criticalbench.com. I'm here today with injury specialist Rick Kaselji from Exercises for Injuries. And Rick is the man when it comes to giving you some power back into your hips. So we're gonna go through a really cool exercise, mobility exercise, that you should be doing if you wanna get more out of your squats, stronger squats. So Rick, take me through this.
Okay, so what we're gonna end up doing is a 90-90 heel lift. So I'm gonna get Chris down on the mat in a 90-90 position. So what we're looking at is front leg, ankle, knee, and hip are at 90, and same thing ends up happening with the back leg. Hip, knee are at 90. Want that foot, knee, and hip in perfect alignment, so I don't want the knee out or in. Good, perfect, strong alignment, and same with the back leg as well. Nice, perfect alignment. Then what we're gonna do is we're gonna do the heel lift part. So Chris is gonna reach back, grab the front of his foot, pull it up. There you go. He's got great upper body alignment. He's got balance going on. He's gonna tighten up the abdominal areas, and then he's gonna bring his hips a little bit forward by tightening up his glutes, and that's really gonna work on the hip mobility. By pulling up that back leg or that heel lift, we've really ratcheted the front of the thigh, and we're really targeting the mobility in the hip. Now, if this ends up being way too difficult for you, you can drop that heel lift and just go with that 90-90 position. You're gonna get benefit from doing it, and you can end up progressing to that heel lift part. So give that exercise a go. You know, reps and set scheme, you're holding roughly about 20 seconds, and you'd end up doing it twice on each side. So you end up alternating back and forth. And to test things out, what I tell people to do, especially with mobility exercises, try it on one side and then go do your lower body work, so your squat work, and see how things end up feeling. Seeing if that side that you worked, when it came to this mobility exercise, does it feel looser? Does it feel better doing the exercise? If it feels better, it kind of reinforces the fact that you should end up doing the exercise, and then do the exercise and see how you end up performing in the exercise.
That's an awesome tip, Rick. I've been doing that stretch for years, and you know, it definitely leads to better performance, certainly with your squats or just about any of the power lifts, you know, that are most common. So if you like that tip and you'd like something else, I got something free for you. I got a free guide to Olympic lifting, which is gonna give you some of that explosive power back into your hips. All you gotta do is click that link, Give us your email so that I can personally send you that free guide. I know it's gonna be something that you'd like to take a look at. Thanks so much for watching. Thank you, Rick.
No worries.
And we'll see you real soon.
Guys, what's going on? Coach Brian Klepacka here with criticalbench.com. I'm going to show you some hip flexor stretching to help alleviate some lower back pain if you have. So for this one, you go into a half kneel position, take one knee to the ground, going to rock those hips forward. And now from this position, I'm going to gently twist to the leg that's in front. So my right side's in front. I'm going to take my left hand, pull my body across towards the knee that's in front. Hold this for about 20 to 30 seconds. Trying to get deeper into the stretch. Do the same thing on the other side. Guys, it's really important to maintain 90 degrees in both knees. You drive your hips forward and then you take that hand, pull your body towards the leg that's in front. You're gonna feel a lot of tension being released on that lower back. Again, go to wherever you feel is comfortable. Don't overdo it. Do this a couple times each side if you really wanna open up that back. Guys, we made something special for you. It's right here, check it out. It's a free Olympic lifting report. Look at it and you're definitely going to learn something. Thanks, guys. Guys, what's going on? Coach Brian Klepacka here with criticalbench.com. I'm going to show you how to get the hip flexor using this bad boy right here, your foam roller. First thing you always want to do is go right at the hip flexor there at the top of the quads. Apply all your pressure on that area. Now guys, the hip flexor is not a big area of the muscle, or the body I should say. It's right at the top of the quadriceps, right on top of that hip bone. Now you can see I'm rotating the angle of my body, twisting side to side to get all parts of the hip flexors. So do this for about 20 to 30 seconds. Once you feel like you've loosened up that hip flexor, then you flip on over. And now you're going to stretch out the hip flexor using the foam roller. Sit right on top of the roller, shoulders go back on the floor. As you can see, the only thing that's elevated off the floor are my hips using the foam roller. So now from this position, I just stretched out, I rolled out my right side. Now I'm gonna pull that left knee into the chest as hard as I can. You're gonna feel a tremendous stretch in that hip flexor. Hold this for about 20 seconds. Now if you can see, my toes are pointed straight up towards the ceiling. That's really gonna emphasize that stretch in that hip flexor. Do the same thing on the other side. Foam roll that hip flexor. Real quick, about 20 to 30 seconds. Flip on over again. Shoulders on the floor. Now I'm gonna pull my right knee into my chest, keeping that left leg extended, feeling that stretch deep in that hip flexor.